Be in the know with unlimited access to IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. Our in-depth coverage of all things business means you'll always be completely in the know. Subscribe for just $1 a week. Get started now at ibj.com/trial offer.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Friday, September 5th, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. As data centers dominate economic development conversations in Indianapolis and draw packed meetings in small towns around the state, officials with the Indiana Economic Development Corporation commissioned a study earlier this year on the costs and benefits of data centers. The IEDC is paying Boston Consulting Group $650,000 to research the economics of data centers and produce a white paper report detailing the best way for the state to approach such proposals, according to a contract approved by the agency. The no-bid contract states the study was to be completed by June 30th, but the IEDC now says the report isn't finished as the agency was delayed in finalizing an extension with Boston Consulting for a second phase of the project. A spokesperson for the agency told Inside Indiana Business today that the study is expected to be released next week, but that no release date has been officially set. Indiana University has surpassed $1 billion in research and development expenditures for the first time in its history, marking a record-setting year for the state's largest research institution. The university this week also reported more than $942 million in sponsored awards during fiscal year 2025, outpacing all other Indiana universities. Job seekers in and around Kosciusko County can now register for the Fall 2025 Hire Kosciusko Hiring Fair on October 2nd. The event will feature a dozen local employers looking to fill a variety of positions. Job seekers can now pre-register for the hiring fair and upload their resume so employers can preview their info and set interview appointment times. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media podcast network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise at ibj.com to learn more.
One of the newest members of the Indiana University Health Team is stepping into a brand new role with 4 paws. IU Health Police Chief Shannon Trump made it her mission to bring Elliot, a Labrador Retriever, to Methodist Hospital in Indianapolis after seeing the impact a therapy dog had on her previous police department.
A nurse had come up and she was on her way home, and she had you could just tell she'd had a really tough shift. She snuggled with Elliot for a bit and then thanked us, and you could just see that change in her. But just things like that, and we've seen that multiple times already in his short deployment.
Trump retired from the Noblesville Police Department and saw a change in her staff after a wellness program was implemented and a therapy dog joined the force. She brought that mission to IU Health, and Elliot is now the first therapy dog in the health system assigned to staff. Indianapolis-based renewable natural gas developer Redtail Renewables has formed a joint venture with Pacolet Milliken, a private investment firm headquartered in Greenville, South Carolina. The venture, known as RPM Holdings, is launching with the acquisition of an RNG project near Owensboro, Kentucky, just across the Ohio River from Indiana. The Owensboro RNG project is located at the West Daviess County landfill. It's designed to capture landfill gas and turn it into renewable natural gas. The project is nearly completed and is expected to be fully operational by the end of the year. A potential $1 billion data center project in Clinton County is moving forward following a planning meeting that touched on everything from taxes to drainage infrastructure to the area's agricultural heritage. At the end of the meeting, property developer Logistics Realty received a no recommendation from plan officials as the company's proposal now moves to the county commissioners. Logistics President Doug Swain.
This area is in a TIF district, giving the county control of the money that is generated from the property taxes here, and that can be used to fund any number of things. It can be used to fund infrastructure, it can be used to fund things that would incentivize home developers, apartment developers, other things to drive housing, which would be desperately needed to make up for the tax changes and the law implications of these cities.
Swain said an end user for the data center would hire around 170 full-time employees and could generate $265 million in property tax revenue over 25 years. F.A. Wilhelm Construction President Pat Kenny is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now on the IBJ Media app or your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
From breaking news to in-depth articles, discover the advantage of unlimited access to all news from IBJ and Inside Indiana Business with our limited time trial. Get started now at ibj.com/trial offer.
On the go? So are we. Get the IBJ Media app, your all-in-one news source for Indiana business news. Get breaking news alerts, read every story from IBJ, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Lawyer, and listen to your favorite podcasts all in one place. Big news, small screen. Search IBJ Media and download the app today.